guard him, and then to guard 6'8" guy inside, and we had a 6'2" kid, John Monty, who played like he was 6'6". He had a lot of heart, and he sacrificed his body an awful lot.
I know you were disappointed after Tuesday. Now you've had some time to think about it now. All the positives that came out of it can't be erased by one game, can they?
No, that's real difficult. It's real difficult sitting here today and watching these teams play when you know you're so close to it. And the kids were very disappointed. And I think in a few weeks, you know, they'll look back on what they accomplished during the season, and it was a tremendous year, and they have a lot to be proud about.
If you had to pick a team in this next game between Forreston and St. Elmo, could you?
I don't know that I can. I don't know that much about St. Elmo. I hope to find out a lot more about them, but if Forreston comes anywhere near the performance that they put on Tuesday night, they got a heck of a shot.
Chuck, thanks for stopping by.
Okay, thank you.
That is Chuck Snow, the coach of the Sandwich Indians, who went 30-1 before losing in the Super Sectional. We'll come back with more from Assembly Hall, but first, this from your network sponsors.
This telecast is being sponsored by the country companies and their more than 900 agents throughout Illinois. You've got the country behind you. Case IH and your Case IH dealer. The Illinois Pork Producers Association, the 10,000 pork producers in Illinois, encourage you to try the new lean, nutritious pork, the other white meat. The American Dairy Association of Illinois, your local dairy farmer, delivering to you their very best every day. And by the Illinois Beef Council, beef, real food for real people.
Ed Butkovich, we have two teams here with a combined total of 4 losses. St. Elmo and Forreston. Both teams making their first appearance, and I know I'm right this trip, in the Assembly Hall in Champaign. What a glamorous year for both of us. We can use that terminology, huh?
It's always glamorous if you get here. And even sometimes when you don't get here, it's glamorous. But these two teams have, you know, it just goes to show what constant hard work will do for some programs. They haven't been here before, but now they're here. They're established, you know, and people are going to look at them all over the state now.
And they're both exciting teams.
Oh, they're both exciting.
They're pushing up and down the floor, and I think we'll see a slam-bang affair here in the second quarterfinal ball game.
Well, I hope so. I think it's going to be a good ball game.
Frank Massoni is standing by with Bill DeHorty, the coach at Forreston, and let's give it to Frank right now at courtside.
Of course, Bill DeHorty of Forreston. The Cardinals are 28-2. Congratulations on getting here, Coach.
Thank you.
Tell us about your team. What kind of a team is it? Some of the stars.
It's a quick team. It likes to run, it likes to play defense, and it likes to press all over the floor. We're very similar to St. Elmo's, I think.
Tell us about some of the names of your players for the fans that are watching and seeing your team for the first time. Who should they look for?
Carl Lewis inside is who we should look for also, and Ryan Cornelius on the outside. Eric Erdman's played a real nice job for us over the year defensively, and with his leadership on the floor. Brian Hangay's been a solid, consistent player inside for us. Bill Akins will start at guard today. We rotate him in with Darren Stekel and Rob DeVries, who will usually come off the bench and do a good job for us also.
What do you like to do offensively and defensively? Let's start with your offense.
Well, offensively, we like to get the ball inside as much as possible. We do like to run it up and down the floor.
That's the kind that the fans enjoy, of course. So what about defensively?
Defensively, we generally pick people up man-to-man all over the floor.
All right, talk about your opponent for a moment. St. Elmo, what kind of problem do they give you?
Well, I think they're probably going to handle the ball better than any other team we've played this year. They're very quick. They don't have a lot of size, but what they do have, they use very well. They box off on the boards extremely well.
They're very quick, and you want an up-tempo game?
Yes. We've played an up-tempo game all year, as I know they have, and we're not going to change now.
Talk for a second about your community support in this first appearance by Forreston.
It's been pretty fantastic. Ever since we won the regional, it's just kept building and building and building, and it's really reached a point now.
When did you know that this team had a chance to come to the Assembly Hall?
I think when they beat Sandwich, because we have just taken it one game at a time, and the attitude we've tried to push with the kids is let's just have a lot of fun.
Well, congratulations on a great season, and the best of luck in this tournament.
Thank you very much.
Bill DeHorty of Forreston. Now we're going to see if we can get the coach for the St. Elmo team in just a moment. But right now, we'll have one of your network sponsors have a word, and that's the American Dairy Association of Illinois.
Come on, everybody.
Once again, welcome back to Assembly Hall. We're here with the winning coach of Game 1 in the quarterfinals, Charles Strasburger. Coach, it looks easy when you look up on the board, 29 points. I know you had no idea that it would come out that way.
No, I don't think anyone would expect to walk on Assembly Hall and beat a team with a 25-4 record quite like that, Art. Jim.
Defensively, how'd you start out? You did a good job on them defensively.
Jim, we played two or three different defenses, even though most people might not recognize that we was in a couple of different types of matchups. And the boys did a good job adjusting to certain people on the floor that we were matching up with. So I thought they did a good job of it.
Mark Heaton got you off offensively by hitting 3 buckets in the first quarter, and then Mr. Funneman showed why he's averaging so many points per game a year.
That's right. I thought Mark got us off to a good start. They had to pull the defense to Mark. Mark created the opening for Tommy, and Tom put it down, and that's the way it's pretty well been all year long.
Now, before the game, I talked with your principal of Pana, and I incorrectly stated that Pana had never made it to the Elite Eight before. That, of course, is wrong. They were here in '81, but now we can say they have won their first Elite game ever, and that's got to feel good.
Yes, it is. It's just super great.
So tomorrow, no rest for the wicked here, Coach.
That's true. It's just you got to get ready for one more.
Have you seen either of these teams, Forreston or St. Elmo?
No, I have not. We just try to play them one at a time. I wish I had the opportunity, but no, I have not seen either of the two teams.
Okay, one final question. Your team's on a high right now. You can't let them get too high because there's still work to be done. What did you say right after the game to them?
That's true. I told them, I said, let's enjoy it right now for a few minutes. On this one, go out and watch the next ball game. And I said, then let's get a mindset for one more time.
Coach, we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
That is Coach Charles Strasburger of Pana. They're in the semifinals. We're going to come back and talk more with the coaches in this game between Forreston and St. Elmo. But first, one of your network sponsors is Country Companies.
The day you drive out with a new car, you start driving down the value month after month. With most auto insurance, total a car 2 years later, and you just get the used car value. But with Country Company's Keeper policy, if your car is wrecked beyond repair, you get a brand new car. Same make and model, even if it costs more than you paid at first. So get the country behind you.
You've got the Country Companies.
Visit German Valley Farmers Grain Company today. Kent Feeds can help you get more profit from your operation. And it doesn't matter if you produce 500 or 5,000 hogs per year. Not only does your Kent dealer have research-proven feeds, he's backed by Kent Swine Specialists, just a phone call away. No wonder your Kent dealer is the man with the guarantee. German Valley Farmers Grain Company wishes the Forreston Cardinal basketball team the best of luck downstate and would like to say thanks for a great year.
And Elmo is Dan Denton. Congratulations, Coach. The first appearance by your school and your community. How does it feel?
Well, just, you know, words are hard to put it into words. You know, the community's turned on, and, you know, we're coming up here, hopefully make a good show. And, you know, we're just glad to be here, but we want to make a good showing, too.
A lot of fans watching you for the first time. Tell us about your team.
Well, you know, we're a lot like Forreston. We like to play good defense, plus we like to run the ball up the floor. We're not very big, but it'll surprise you that we will rebound pretty well, and you know, we'll play pretty good defense.
What are some of the names we should look for in this game?
Well, you know, I think what we really preach is balance and so forth, and I think that's what we have. We have 4 kids in double figures. Kevin Maxey is averaging 16-7 at point. Greg Fiesel is 18 even. He's averaging, or he's a forward. And then we have the Moss boys, they're brothers, Ed and Ted, and they're both averaging.
Clay Buick in Forreston wishes the Forreston Cardinals the best of luck and thanks for a great basketball season. 40 years of auto experience and serving Forreston for 20 years, George Schmaus invites you down to Cardinal Country to see his full line of Chevy pickups. The top-selling new car, the Chevy Corsica, and the 1988 Beretta. Schmaus carries a large stock of used cars, too. Schmaus Chevrolet Buick in Forreston. We sell quality for less than anybody. Good luck to the Forreston Cardinals. It's been a great year.
Northern enrollment matchup, 254 at Forreston. And I have my St. Elmo enrollment listed here at 177. A couple of clubs that like to push it up and down the floor. I had the pleasure of working the ball game, Ed Butkovich, at DeKalb on Tuesday night when Forreston eliminated a previously unbeaten Sandwich. They played a super basketball game. Carl Lewis is the standout, a 6'6" center. Doesn't play like a center. He's all over the place. Perhaps more effective facing the basket. And, of course, the Eagles have Rob Heckert, who is scoring at 5'4", Fiesel at 18-3, Maxey at 16-7, and the two Mosses both over 12. So they've got some firepower themselves.
Well, I think you'll see the ball go up and down the floor. It's going to be a tennis match, maybe.
I would not be at all surprised. Well, the warning buzzer is sounded, which means we're just moments away from the start of this one. The winner takes on the Pana Panthers, 11:15 tomorrow morning, upper bracket semifinal. What do you say we meet the coaches and the two ball clubs here in the Assembly Hall? And we'll do that now from Steve Adams. Steve?
And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the coaches and players for the second quarterfinal round game featuring the St. Elmo Eagles and the Forreston Cardinals. First, let's meet the Eagles of St. Elmo High School, entering this game with a record of 27 wins and 2 losses. First, introducing the head coach in his 3rd season, Dan Denton.
61-19 record for Dan
Assistant coach, Steve Orr. And now the players. Number 14, a 5'11" freshman, Ian Moore.
Averaging 4.6 points per game.
Number 22, a 5'11" sophomore, Brandon Kimberlin. Number 24, a 5'10" sophomore, Matt Weber.
6.7 average for Weber.
Number 30, a 5'8" sophomore, Mark Scholes.
Sees a lot of action, 8.3 scoring mark.
Number 34, a 5'11" senior, Pat Maddox. And number 44, a 6-foot freshman, Randy Heckert. And now the starting lineup. At 1 forward, a 6'1" senior, number 50, Rob Heckert.
52% field goal shooter, 5.4 average.
At the other forward, a 6'3" senior, 32, Greg Fiesel.
18.4, a 3 scoring mark.
At center, a 6'2" junior, number 40, Ted Moss.
62% field goal shooter.
At one guard, a 5'11" senior, number 42, Ed Moss.
He averages 12.5 each time out.
And at the other guard, a 5'8" senior, number 20, Kevin Maxey.
High-scoring point guard, 16.7 average on the year.
Those are the Eagles of St. Elmo High School. And now let's meet the Cardinals of Forreston High School, entering this game with a record of 28 wins and 2 losses. First, the head coach of Forreston in his 3rd season, Bill DeHority.
56-28 record at Forreston.
Assistant coaches, Ken Lukowski and John Pilcher. And now the players. Number 11, a 5'11" senior, John Greenfield.
Young man plays quite a bit off the bench.
Number 15, a 5'10" senior, Mike Robeson. Number 31, a 6-foot junior, Darren Steekel.
Steekel averages 8 points a ball game, sometimes starts.
Number 33, a 6-foot senior, Rob DeVries.
Another player that used a lot off this deep Forreston bench.
Number 34, a 5'9" junior, Todd Ankney. And number 35, a 6'5" senior, Jeff Frank.
Carries a 5.7 average as a reserve.
And now the starting lineup for the Cardinals of Forreston. At 1 forward, a 6'1" senior, number 23, Brian Hayengay.
Hayengay averages 6.7, shoots 53% from the field.
At the other forward, a 5'11" junior, number 13, Eric Erdman.
Scored 18 in the Super, only averages 6.4.
At center, a 6'6" senior, number 24, Carl Lewis.
Outstanding player, 19.3 average.
At guard, a 5'11" senior, number 32, Ryan Cornelius.
Excellent perimeter shooter, 18.6 scoring average.
And at the other guard, a 5'10" senior, number 22, Bill Akins.
Good solid playmaker.
Those are the Cardinals of Forreston High School. Ladies and gentlemen, the officials for this second quarterfinal round game. Randy Cox of Bloomington, and Dick Rokop of Aurora.
And one of your network sponsors is Case IH.
Harvest time. You've got some strong helping hands and a combine to match, the Case IH Axial Flow. It brings in crop that conventional combines leave behind and treats it more gently, so you get top dollar. You see, with Case IH Axial Flow, you get a good harvest, along with all your good memories.
All right, back in the assembly hall where we're set to go with this one. Second quarterfinal ball game of the day. The winner will meet the Pana Panthers. If you just joined us, Pana a winner 63-34 over Beardstown in the game just concluded. There you see the two teams greeting one another as they break on the floor. Forreston in their home white, trimmed in scarlet and black. And St. Elmo in the light blue, trimmed in navy blue and white. Stepping into the center jump is Ted Moss for St. Elmo against Carl Lewis. Lewis from Forreston, 6'6" center, and Moss goes 6'2". Ball batted into the defensive zone and controlled easily as Ryan Cornelius has the basketball for Forreston. See what St. Elmo's doing defensively. It's straight up man-to-man. I expect we'll see a man-to-man matchup most of the way in this one. Inside, a shot up and in, and gives the bucket to Eric Erdman.
Good move on the inside.
Yeah, Erdman's supposed to be a light scorer. He had 18 in the super sectional. And this gets the first bucket here as St. Elmo brings it down. St. Elmo's Maxey. Feed to the baseline. Interception by Carl Lewis. Lewis fires that pass up over the timeline to Bill Akins. Akins right back out front to Erdman. Number 22 is Akins. Number 32 with the ball now is Ryan Cornelius. Gets rid of it quickly. Back down the left side of the lane, and now they swing it to Lewis. Lewis at the line. The jumper off the free throw line misfires, as you see, and Greg Fiesel grabs the rebound. Quickly, St. Elmo brings the ball back up the floor, but it's stolen by Carl Lewis of Forreston. The Cardinals want to run. The Eagles want to run.
We've already seen that up-tempo already.
Forreston with the basketball on the right side is Lewis. Lewis will be all over the floor. Keep an eye on him, number 24. This is Ryan Cornelius. He will take the three-pointer. Akins back to Cornelius in the paint. Missed it rather badly, but Hayengay with the board. And controlling it off the defensive iron is Ted Moss.
I believe that shot in the paint was partially blocked.
I think you're right. St. Elmo down quickly. Nice move inside. The ball deflected from behind by Ryan Cornelius. And out of bounds, and the light blue and the navy blue of St. Elmo in possession.
Great save by Fiesel there on that one out of bounds there. He got it back in. They just missed a layup, though.
2-0 on the field goal scored just a moment ago by Eric Erdman for Forreston from the right corner. Count it. 2-point field goal goes to Ed Moss. And we're tied at 2. Both clubs like a little bit of full court man-to-man pressure, and Ryan Cornelius, great save. Got the ball back in bounds to Hayengay as he was falling out of bounds. Off to Akins on the right side to Erdman. To Hayengay. Low to Lewis. Lewis rattles it in.
He did a good job of posting up that last time. They made nice passing.
Here's St. Elmo on the fly, down quickly. They lose the basketball. Taken away by Eric Erdman. Erdman on the steal. Third turnover to St. Elmo here in the early going. Ryan Cornelius looks off this time to Akins. They have Erdman over here on the left wing. He's number 13. Actually, 3 guards and 2 inside players for Forreston. Turnaround by Lewis. He's got a shooter's touch it.
He got the roll on it, didn't he?
6-2 ball game. You can hear the fans roaring. The Forreston crowd is directly behind us. The jumper by Maxey won't go. And here's a whistle stopping play on the board. Foul is going to go to Forreston in the person of Bill Akins.
Good rebound by Ted Moss there. Once the board's real strong.
At the line for the first time this afternoon, Ted Moss. See what Ted's done in the season at the free throw line. 66% free throw shooter.
We're only 3 minutes in the game, and I'm already tired.
Up tempo is the name of the game. Not unusual in Class A ball when you have two teams that really want to play at the same pace. Beardstown wanted to slow things down a bit in the first one. Couldn't do it against Pana. 6-3 our score. The lead to Forreston. Ted Moss at the line. Good look at Ted there. So he cans a pair. Art Kimball, Ed Butkovich, and Frank Massoni with you. And we get the 5-second violation. Or did he step in bounds?
Stepped in bounds. Good pressure there for St. Elmo.
Teams that like to run and play that kind of game usually can play pressure pretty well at both ends of the floor. Triggering the ball in will be Rob Heckert, number 50 there for St. Elmo's Eagles. Gets the ball out front to Maxey. Now they clear to Ed Moss. Ed lost it. Ball loose on the floor. Ed dives for it. Moss digs it back out. And he clears the ball off somehow to Ted Moss. Ted goes to the hoop. Won't go down. The rebound off the floor. Forreston Cardinals have it. Up quickly to Cornelius. He's hammered. As he goes to the basket, Cornelius took a pretty good shot down there. Couldn't get the layup down as you saw. We'll see it again here, Ed.
Cornelius really took that ball hard to the hole. Look at this. Nice look-up pass there. Takes the ball strong right there. Goes right up through. Keeps his concentration now.
Boom. Cornelius at the line, shooting two. Ryan Cornelius on the season is a 77% free throw shooter on a ball club that as a team shoots .655 at the line. About 66%. Cornelius misses a pair. Score remains at 6-4 Forreston. St. Elmo against Forreston pressure. Forreston steals. Here's Hayengay with it.
I may see a lot of turnovers there.
Yeah, it's going to be a wild one, I have a feeling. Hayengay to Bill Aikens. Back this time to Cornelius. Cornelius looking for some room. He's being checked off well. As you see, a battle of man-to-man defenses. Hayengay right corner to Cornelius. Cornelius fires up the jumper, missed it, but was fouled in the process.
Had good hang time on that one.
He sure did. And St. Elmo's Eddie Moss came over and made contact, so Cornelius right back at the line. He's a pretty good free throw shooter, 77% to miss his first two, but it's the Assembly Hall. The crowd's a big one. There's a little pressure you don't have anywhere else. He's okay, isn't he?
Gotta get settled down.
Yeah, he's settled down already. 7-4 Forreston. Class A state tournament. They're predicting the best crowds they've had in years down here this for this particular tournament. Second throw misses. Here is Maxey. Down quickly, Kevin Maxey. Maxey clears it out front to Ted Moss. Ted is number 40. Maxey number 20. Clever little backlighter. Maxey's 5'8", 155 pounds, 17-year-old senior. Rob Heckert, the ball handler. They go low. Maxey ended up with the basketball, deflected away, and St. Elmo will retain.
Good defense in there. I believe Cornelius got a hand on it. Not sure.
Trigger man for St. Elmo is Rob Heckert. You see Heckert inbound the basketball as he gets it into number 42, who is Ed Moss. Now Maxey. Maxey will handle the ball about 90% of the time if things work out. Here's a steal by Hayengay. Brian Hayengay flies down the floor. 9-4 ball game. Forreston by 5 on the Hayengay steal and coast-to-coast drive to the basket.
So far, they've shown good defense, good pressure.
Kevin Maxey across. That's a great duel out front as Bill Aikens is right on him. Inside the three-point arc for two to Greg Fiesel. Fiesel can light it up. He's averaging 18.3, 6'3", 175. He's an 18-year-old senior. It's 9-6 Forreston by 3, which is just one shot away in the era of the three-point shot. Backdoor to Lewis. Beautiful pass. And a pretty good foul there, Ed, because a surefire layup for Carl Lewis.
Yeah, I think he had two. Great team play there.
We'll see it again.
Good pass down the corner. He makes a nice move there. Good strong move. Great pass.
Eddie Moss picked up his second foul. That does not help the St. Elmo cause. Carl Lewis at the line already with 5 quick ones. Lewis came in with an average of 19.3. 69% free throw shooter. Good look at Carl Lewis. Nice ball player. Bounds away as the rebound flat-footed control there by Greg Fiesel. Here's Maxey. Maxey rivals it cross court to Ted Moss. Back out front to Eddie Moss. Two-pointer.
Good penetration and the kickoff. Nice move. Look at that.
10-8 fast break. Hayengay. And St. Elmo, Coach Dan Ditton on his feet. He wants a timeout. 3:10 left to go in the first period. Timeout taken by St. Elmo. 12-8 ball game. Forreston leads. Now let's take timeout for this message.
I always fill up with ethanol fuel. It burns clean, and it's great for my car.
Ethanol fuels can help reduce pollution. We've seen cities covered with smog and don't want that to happen here.
Ethanol fuels are made from corn, grown right here in Illinois and replaceable every year.
Ethanol blend fuels make up over 25% of all gasoline sold in Illinois, and we're proud to offer it to our customers.
Corn has been a staple of American life for hundreds of years. It's fed our kids, it's fed our cattle, and now it's feeding our cars with ethanol. Ethanol blend fuels are approved under the warranties of every automobile manufacturer that sells cars in the United States. Ethanol can boost octane and extend our supplies of petroleum-based fuels.
So do your car a favor. Feed it some corn.
Brought to you by the Illinois Corn Marketing Board on behalf of Illinois corn growers.
Well, we're off to a breakneck start in this one. Forreston leading 12-8. And there you see that coast-to-coast drive-in by Mr. Hayengay.
They just beat him up before that time.
There's a lot of that going on, Ed. Little track and field out here so far in game number 2 of the quarterfinal round. Both teams can push it. Maxey with the basketball. There's Kevin. Kevin driving it up the floor. He's only 5'8" in the right corner as they clear to Ed Moss. That's the backcourt duo. Maxey with his first shot. And there's a good solid rebound. Off the bench for Forreston is Rob DeVries. And DeVries, number 33, pulled it down. St. Elmo with the steal. Maxey stutter step, delayed dribble inside to Fiesel, whistle, foul. And this one is going to go to Ryan Cornelius, I believe. It does as they sort it out. Official Randy Cox from Bloomington over here to make the call.
A game like this, I don't believe you want to stop and talk to your neighbor. You're going to miss something.
Yeah. You do, you miss 3 shots and 4 rebounds, maybe, huh? Which is tough to do off only 3 shots. Free throw by Fiesel is up and in. Got a 12-9 ball game, 3-point lead to Forreston. Coaches do not get very comfortable in this kind of a contest, do they, Ed?
No, they don't.
DeVries' pass was deflected, but controlling is Ryan Cornelius. He goes out front now to Bill Akins. Akins, good, steady performer. 5'10", 150-pound senior veteran. Wasn't listed as a starter earlier in the tournament grind. Has been starting of late. Low, short one by Erdman, no good. And the rebound clear, then deflected. They're going to say, apparently, that Eric Erdman got a hand on the basketball, or Akins. The faithful from Forreston not in total agreement. The folks from St. Elmo think it's a whale of a call. So here we go. Eagles on the attack. Ed Moss, number 42, and he is being hounded by Ryan Cornelius, nose to nose and jaw to jaw. Mr. Maxey for nothing that trip. The rebound. Cornelius breaks out of the pack. He's so low.
Pretty quick player.
First bucket for Cornelius. It won't be his last. I'll guarantee if he plays like he played against Sandwich in the Super Sectional.
Just made that steal and went all the way. Put the ball up. Good, strong left-handed shot.
Now, what's that, about 3 straight? It's not 3 straight, but 3 layups in the first quarter off the break for Forreston. Fiesel low, inside, nice move. Oh, man, oh, man.
Good low place play.
Turn the spotlight on, boys. Mr. Fiesel's going to work. 14-12. Forreston lead is a pair.
Looks like we've got a 1-2-2 on that full court press there. They start off sometimes man-to-man.
I think it's safe to say both presses have been unaffected. Tough to press quickness, isn't it?
Yes,
really
it
is. There's Akins. This is number 32, Ryan Cornelius. A near steal. Cornelius, as you see, tumbles to the floor. Back to Akins. He's going to get the ball out to Erdman on the wing. They reverse it. Skip past Lewis.
Use that backboard. You know he was going to use it.
Skip pass actually through the zone. 16-12 Forreston. St. Elmo comes back. Blocked by Lewis. Carl Lewis, number 24. High in the air to block the drive-in by Ted Moss.
You know, Lewis looks like he's a little bit bigger than 6'6".
He told me he's 6'7". He had missed the 6'7". We asked him after the Super Sectional.
I believe it.
Here's Akins. Lewis. Turn around. Good clutch rebound by Ed Moss. Down the floor to Maxey. 16-14 is layup city in the Assembly Hall. Ryan Cornelius to Lewis. Lewis. Turnaround won't go. Rebound. Erdman won't go. Lewis. Rebound. Foul.
Good power move there by Lewis. He went up strong, got that foul.
This
Good
team,
offensive rebound there, too, by Erdman.
the accomplishments of these teams are really rather monumental. Teutopolis, a perennial power, was knocked off by St. Elmo in the Super. Forreston put away the only unbeaten in the state sandwich. There you see the hard work on the part of Carl Lewis.
That was definitely a foul. You don't beat T-Town very often 2 times in the season. You don't beat them once very often, let alone 2.
They lost to them in the final of their conference tournament, 60-51, then won 2 from them, including the big one.
Now, the first 2 games they played were almost 2 or 3 days apart, about 4 days apart, I think.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Well, Lewis uncharacteristically missed a pair of free throws in the weakest part of the Forreston game in the first period. On the drive, the shot really not controlled. Down to 3 seconds in the quarter. Here's DeVries to Lewis. The shot is too late. Doesn't go anyway. And that's it at the end of 1 hectic period here in the Assembly Hall. Forreston up 2. Forreston, as you can see, 16, St. Elmo 14. And one of your network sponsors is the Illinois Pork Producers.
People who care what they eat are learning some surprising things about calories. One surprising thing is that the white meat you see here contains fewer calories than anything else on the plate. But the most surprising thing is that this white meat is pork. Pork, the other white meat.
Farm & Fleet has the hottest prices on this season's largest selection of rugged brand-name workwear. Save $5 on every pair of work and sport full-grain leather shoes and work boots in stock. You'll find an outstanding selection of quality leather footwear for work, the outdoors, or the farm. Work and sport boots are sale priced from only $36.99. Farm & Fleet has Oshkosh Bagosh workwear on sale now. Twill work shirts are $10.99. Matching Twill work pants are $11.99. Save $5 on famous Oshkosh Bagosh bib overalls, now only $15.99. Only during Farm & Fleet's spring workwear sale.
Okay, back in the Assembly Hall, let's watch this replay from the first quarter. Big defensive play, and it was made by Lewis. Carl Lewis came over with the block. First period field goal shooting, Forreston 7 of 17, that's 41%. St. Elmo 5 of 12, 42%. Missed free throws, a big factor for Forreston. They have missed 6, 2 out of 8 at the line. St. Elmo is 4 of 4. Rebounds are 9-5 in favor of St. Elmo. Turnovers 5 for St. Elmo, 2 for Forreston. From the side, count it. Greg Fiesel. Fiesel already with an 8-point total in the ball game. We're tied at 16. Real congregation there in the center circle. They go to Lewis on the baseline. He slides it. See what they're going to call. Call Lewis for the charge. I thought that was the initial call. Here's Randy Cox coming over. That's exactly what the call was on Carl Lewis, the charge, no basket. We remain tied at 16. A lot of full court pressure now from the Cardinals from Forreston. 4 of the 5 players in the defensive zone, and the inbound pass as Kevin Maxey brings it across. St. Elmo out of Fayette County. They lose the ball in the dribble. Picked up by Ryan Cornelius. Looks around for some help. Nobody there, and you see Cornelius drive it up. Now he circles out between the rings. Right side. Steekel has entered the ball game for Forreston, number 31. Here's Carl Lewis. Back this time to Erdman. Erdman's jumper won't go. Steekel with the board, up and in. Darren Steekel off the bench, taking his first shot and got it.
Good offensive rebound.
18-16.
Forreston kids are all well built, you know. I mean, they've got that basketball look about them.
Forreston Cardinals are playing on defense out of the man-to-man. The Eagles from St. Elmo on the attack. There's the shot. Free throw line extended. Won't go. And the rebound to Carl Lewis again on the missed shot taken by Rob Heckert. There's a review of what happened in the first period of play. 41% for Forreston. St. Elmo 42. You can't get it much easier than that. Again, we reiterate the free throws. The big difference, Forreston has missed 6 times at the line in the first period.
So far, it's been a big difference.
It could come back to haunt them. 18-16, Forreston leading.
Good defense by St. Elmo right now. Forreston's got good movement in their offense, though.
Ryan Cornelius won't go. Rebound. Erdman got it, but it's stolen away. Hustling for the basketball is Ted Moss now for St. Elmo, and Moss dishes the ball right back to Pat Maddox, who has checked in the ball game, wearing number 34. Maddox has come on for St. Elmo. Number 20 with the basketball is Kevin Maxey. Left side to Ted Moss. The shot by Ted comes up a shade shy, and DeVries with the flat-footed recovery off the board. Down quickly is Eric Erdman. Erdman, number 13. Ryan Cornelius, number 32. You're seeing man-to-man matchups throughout for both clubs. DeVries to Erdman. Erdman sails up with about, what do you call it, 11-footer, I guess, up and in. Whatever it was, it worked out for him.
Good bank shot.
20-16, Forreston by 4. We're in the second period. The winner will take on Pana tomorrow morning. Upper bracket semifinal. Ball juggled right side by Greg Fiesel. Back to Maxey. Maxey on the fly. Rebound, Carl Lewis. Lewis, a bear on the boards for Forreston. Forreston within one rebound of St. Elmo now. St. Elmo leading the backboard battle 10-9. Cornelius, 4-3. Doesn't get it. Erdman.
Erdman, nice move.
Nice
Good
moving
pass.
rebound. Took a chop to the nose, but nevertheless got it. Lewis can't get it down on the base. And here is Maxey pushing it up. Kevin all the way down the lane. Won't go. Foul. Maxey just set it in second gear, then he shifted into high down the lane, and he was fouled by Eric Erdman. See it again here.
I want to see it because that looked like a good defensive play right there. I don't believe he got him.
I don't either. Official was screened by the defensive player, however.
Official said he got him with the body.
Maxey will shoot a pair. Now let's see, we have a lineup change for St. Elmo. Pick up for you as soon as I can pick it up. Maxey, turn around, son, so I can see you. Well, Pat Maddox stays out there. Back in the ball game is Ed Moss. Another one to Maxey. Just down 1 out of 2. Maxey at the free throw line on the season is a 61% shooter. 20-17. Forreston by 3. 5 minutes to go first half. Aikens. Ryan Cornelius. Darren Steekel. Steagle's going to pop it. Going to get it. Two-pointer. 22-17. 5-point lead. It's a big margin in this ball game.
Last time down, they had Lewis on the point on the press out there. Like I said, he's all over for it.
Yep, very moment. Here's a steal by Aikens. Solo doesn't get it. Lewis grabs the rebound. Sweeps it in the left corner. Oh, was he tempted to try the three-pointer?
He wanted it, didn't he?
Oh, he wanted that one. He's like, hey, better not. Here's Steekel. Steekel loaded DeVries. His turnaround. Rebound, Steekel. Has he helped him or has he helped him, huh? Off the bench with 3 buckets. 24-17.
Done a good job.
On the fly, it's Moss to Maddox. Down low to Moss. The other Moss, his shot. No good, and he was fouled in the play.
Like he got him with the body there.
Foul has been whistled against Carl Lewis. There you go, Ed.
Yeah, I believe he got him on the arm there.
Ted Moss at the line where he's 2 of 2 and he's shooting a pair. Dick Rokup made the call. Free throw. Off. No good. One more throw. 24-17. The lead to Forreston. Art Kimball, Ed Butkovich, the head man at Mount Pulaski, and Frank Masoni with you. Along with Jim Albrecht from the Assembly Hall. Steal by St. Elmo. Big play. They hurried the shot. A little bit too hard by Ed Moss, and Forreston has it back.
Made a good steal. Couldn't take advantage of it.
24-18. Here's Carl Lewis for the Cardinals. His shot deflected. Off the floor. St. Elmo's got it. They push it up quickly. Moss down the floor to Moss. That was Ed to Ted. Ted couldn't quite make the connection.
They had the right idea. The ball was there. He just delivered it a little bit too strong.
They are brothers. Ed is the older. He's a senior, 18 years old. Ted is the junior. He's 16. So Ted is number 40. He's the center. Ed is 42. He's the guard. 24-18. Keep all the relatives happy, Ed. Bounce pass low. Lewis.
Nice pass.
Foul has been called on Ted Moss. Carl Lewis is the kind of young man I would think in the right program could play a forward spot very effectively, isn't he?
Here comes the replay here on it. Nice pass.
He's only 1 out of 4 at the line. Got that one.
Well, he plays all over the floor, though, doesn't he?
Indeed, he does.
Looks like on his free throw, he's turning that left hand in. Looks like the finger's turning in here a little bit.
Seems to have the range now. 26-18. 8-point lead to Forreston. St. Elmo needs a bucket, and they throw it away. Turnover. Ball was stolen there by Eakins. They get it off to Ryan Cornelius, down to Carl Lewis. Lewis can't get it to stick on the rebound. Maxey, the little guy, gets it out of there at 5'7". He comes flying down over the timeline. Whistle and a reach-in foul has been called on Bill Eakins, his second. Kevin Maxey's not 5'7", he's 5'8". Let me get that clarified right now.
He can push the ball up the floor. See, I believe both of these teams are in great shape.
I don't think there's any question about that. And we mentioned that with Bill Spriggs and Rick Preston in the first game, the officials. I believe Randy Cox and Dick Rocup are in pretty good shape as well, keeping pace with this one.
They better be.
Kevin Maxey threads the needle.
I don't look for him to be out of the game too long.
Yeah, Maxey leads, and coming on is Rob Hecker once again. So let's see who goes to the point guard position. Probably, I would guess Greg Fiesel may play out front. Maybe not.
I was going to say,
probably Ed Moss.
He's been playing inside, but I think he can play outside.
Yeah, I think Ed Moss will probably play the point. We got a 1-2-2 type of extension here.
It looks like it.
Let's see if they fall back zone now. Like they are. The Eagles are in a zone. Stiegel got another one. He's been a one-man gang inside. 28-20 Forreston. 3 minutes for the half.
It barely got up and in, but it got there.
Tremendously entertaining first half of basketball here in the Assembly Hall. Second quarter final game to the glass. Counted for Ted Moss. Moss lowered a shoulder. Good move down the lane.
He took it right to Lewis.
Sometimes it's the best way to challenge a good ball player, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I know I hear a lot of coaches say we're going to take it right at so-and-so, and generally that pays off. Builds confidence in your own player, too, doesn't it?
They're going to make him play man-to-man. They're going to make him play all over the floor.
Yep. Ball batted high on the rim. Look at Lewis go for it. Number 24. Nice play by Fiesel. He got it. Great play by Greg Fiesel. And he drew the foul as he scored.
Forreston had the ball 3 times. They knocked it away from each other and ended up in the hands of their player.
Foul is on Earth. We're going to see it again. Look at that effort.
Get a 3-pointer out of this one.
Sometimes that ball will roll on the iron your way. Sometimes it doesn't.
At this time and a half, you might mark that down. That might be a key play right there.
28-24, Forreston by a couple of buckets. A couple of 2-pointers. Free throw by Mr. Fiesel narrows this to a 3-point ball game. They're going to take Carl Lewis out, give him a breather. DeVries also is coming back in the ball game. So we have a 28-25 game with 2:26 to go in the half. And one of your network sponsors is American Dairy Association of Illinois.
Come on, everybody, do that kick. Health kick, milk's that kick. Working out or kicking back, enjoying the view. Milk's calcium and vitamins keep working for you. Kick, 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 milk. It's a high country way of drinking milk every day. America's favorite health kick, milk.
Visit German Valley Farmers Grain Company today. Kent Feeds can help you get more profit from your operation. And it doesn't matter if you produce 500 or 5,000 hogs per year. Not only does your Kent dealer have research-proven feeds, he's backed by Kent Swine Specialists, just a phone call away. No wonder your Kent dealer is the man with the guarantee. German Valley Farmers Grain Company wishes the Forreston Cardinal basketball team the best of luck downstate and would like to say thanks for a great year.
Well, we're at the 2:26 mark in the half, as you can see. The inside on your screen there. Forreston leads it by 3. They had this thing out to 9. Not too many ticks of the clock ago, and looked like they might start to pull away, but then suddenly St. Elmo came roaring back, and Maxey's back in the ball game.
They got a big smile on his face there on that inbounds play.
Up over the timeline, Erdman back out there for Forreston to Lewis, and they got it.
Great assist.
The smile is gone for Mr. Maxey, 30-25. Boy, they use Lewis well, do the Forreston Cardinals. Here's the jumper on the base. Fired up there by Fiesel, won't go. Working down inside, Moss with the half hook return, no good. His follow, no good. St. Elmo still has it. Kevin Maxey Ball deflected out of bounds, and the Eagles will fly with it once again as they inbound the basketball.
Well, Maxey's all over the place, too. He made a couple of real good passes on the inside.
That's Bill DeHorty on the bench for St. Elmo. Inbounded. Ed Moss has it. Moss is being crowded by number 31, Darren Steekel. That's your matchup out front. Here's the shot up and in. Give it to Ted Moss. They list him as the center, but of course at 6'2", he plays all over the floor, and it's a 30-27 score. Carl Lewis for Forreston. They've got the ball and the lead. Ryan Cornelius to Erdman, back to Lewis. Right side DeVries. To Steekel. Erdman. Bounce pass is stolen. At the baseline with the steal for St. Elmo. Ed Moss. Here's Eddie coming up quickly. In the paint. Holds it up.
Pulled up at the right time. He didn't force it.
30-29. Forreston by a point. Long pass. Deflected away. Big defensive play by Ted Moss. Moss got the ball off to Rod Heckert, and St. Elmo shooting for the lead with 1:04 to go in the half. The Eagles from Fayette County. Down between Vandalia and Effingham. With the basketball. National Trail Conference Ball Club. Fiesel down the lane. Won't go. Rebound. Ryan Cornelius. Here's Cornelius pushing it up. 48 seconds. Forreston on the drive, and Maxey picks up the foul. His second.
I think Maxey was bound and determined he wasn't going to let him have his basket.
Yeah, he checked him off pretty good. Not quite a cross-body block, but he was in pretty good position. Couple of lineup changes back in for St. Elmo. Comes Pat Maddox, number 34. He just checks in. And leaving is Ed Moss. Fatigue is a big factor in this ball game. Both teams have played so hard. And now Jeff Frank comes on, replacing Carl Lewis. Jeff Frank is 6'5", 175, a 17-year-old senior. Played very little at the Super. But Bill DeHorty told me he has played a lot during the campaign.
The way both of these teams play, you can see why that 6th, 7th, 8th man is real valuable to these.
Like both teams are reasonably deep, particularly Forreston. Cornelius, your free throw shooter, has been limited to 4 points in the first half. He averages 18.6. 2-point lead to Forreston.
Normally, I'd say with a game like this, you might go for one shot, but the way both these teams go up and down the floor, I don't know. We might have 4 or 5 shots.
Yeah, we may. There's 40 seconds left in the half, and it's 32-29. 3-point lead to Forreston. They've led throughout. Right side is Fiesel. Fiesel looks to have Maxey down at the baseline right, and here's the ball deflected back in the defensive zone. The save, however, made by Rod Heckert. Heckert right side. As they get it off quickly now to Pat Maddox, to Kevin Maddox. Down to 20 seconds to go in the half. Here's Kevin on the dribble. He's trying to work away from Ryan Cornelius. Right side now to Pat Maddox. They swing it to Fiesel. Here is Kevin Maddox down to 10 seconds. Good move inside. They get the bucket. Pretty play. Ted Moss with a nice bounce pass setting him up, and we have a foul on the press on Kevin Maxey, and that's his third.
Great bounce pass there by Maxey that last time to go inside.
Maxey picks up the personal foul. I may have inadvertently called him Maddox. We have a Pat Maddox out there and a Kevin Maxey. Now they're going to take Maxey out. There's the personal. Got him with the leg.
Didn't quite get over there quick enough. Unfortunately, that's his third foul with 5 seconds. That might be another Cuban here in this game.
Cornelius, he's found the range of the line again. Cornelius has made 3 in a row and now has 4 out of 7 for the half. Forreston leads it. There's Bill DeHorty with Carl Lewis sitting next to him. Good look at Ryan Cornelius. Another bullseye. 34-31. You got a 3-point ball game. Fiesel got it! 3-pointer by Greg Fiesel at the buzzer. And we're dead even at the halftime intermission.
Could that be a momentum builder?
We're going to see it again. Down 3, right? No chance to tie it at halftime, right? Wrong, sports fans. There she goes. 24-footer, and it's an inch. Bullseye.
Now do you see why the fans love it?
I love it.
And the coaches hate it.
I can understand. Even Steven at the intermission. 34 all. Take your pick. And one of your network sponsors is Country Company.